back in like 95 or 96, I went to a WWE house show at the Columbus Convention Center. I remember that day really getting into Shawn Michaels, and I got a Shawn Michaels shirt. It was a red shirt with his broken heart logo. He was shirtless, flexing so you could see his tattoo, and it said the Heartbreak Kid on it. At the school I was going to at the time, I was in the 6th grade. I knew a bunch of other kids that liked wrestling, and it was really cool. I saw them even at the show. I then switched schools in the middle of my 6th grade year to a really small town, very country, kind of rural school in Ohio. And I hadn't ever had to do gym class before in any of my old schools. That was more of a high school thing. But here in middle school, there was gym class, and I never had to go change in a locker room before. And so I remember going to this new school. People already weren't real sure of me because I came in the middle of the year. I was kind of a skinny, scrawny kid. I thought, oh, it's gym class. It's athletic. So I'll wear a shirt with a great athlete on it. And so while we were changing, I pulled out my Shawn Michaels shirt to put on. And I remember a kid looking at me and goes, "Are you wearing a shirt of Billy Ray Cyrus?" And I was so embarrassed, and everybody laughed at me. And I said, "No, it's Shawn Michaels." And like, "Why are you wearing a shirt with a shirtless dude on it?" And everybody laughing at me. And I realized no one else really liked wrestling in my middle school at the time. And so it became like my dirty little secret that I loved watching wrestling and would still watch it. And that was until Stone Cold Steve Austin hit. And then everybody was wearing Stone Cold shirts, and it wasn't a big deal. But
everyone had Stone Cold NWO shirts, right? Everybody had them. But we had the other shirts, didn't we? Including myself. I don't know if I have a similar story, but I bought that Sunny shirt with the pool cue where it was like in her cleavage, and I wore it to school the next day. Of course I did. Like thinking like this is the greatest shirt ever. And then I think I got more flack from my teachers, and I think some of the girls too were like, "That's disgusting." But I thought I was the man. I bought this Sunny shirt. She was the hottest girl on television. People had their Pam Anderson and Jenny McCarthy stuff. I had my Sunny stuff. I think this is a great story and how much our youth keeps with us, the little things that we just remember. Why would we remember stuff like this? It has such an effect on us. And wrestling was such a part of our lives as children, for myself and for this person too. And of course that was Billy Ray Cyrus. I mean, if we all knew that was Shawn Michaels, but I picture it now. Shawn Michaels, IC title run, he had that like square body with the square mullet. Yeah, that's Billy Ray Cyrus, 100%. Also, who is the best athlete I know for gym class? Shawn Michaels. There's just so many great parts of this story. It makes sense. It makes perfect sense to me. It made perfect sense to this person. It could have taken a turn for the worse. It could have been like, I will never watch wrestling again. Wrestling is the worst. Wrestling has done me damage as a child, childhood trauma. But luckily you were able to fight through it. And luckily the Attitude Era happened and wrestling was cool again. So you were able to go on and live your life. Hey, thanks for watching. That call was part of a whole podcast called Wrestling Anonymous. Listen to the whole thing weekly. Wherever you listen to your podcast, go subscribe. While you're at it, subscribe right here on YouTube to Colt Cabana's channel. Thank you.